life of the artist is lived for the people. They want to give them something they can enjoy. The life of an artist is something that's precious.
It's the artist vibe, it's the artist vibe. It's the artist vibe, it's the artist vibe. It's the artist vibe, it's the artist vibe. It's the artist vibe, it's the artist vibe.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome vocalist and songwriter Shakara Rogers.
Hi everyone, I'm so glad to be here today. The music that you're going to hear me perform tonight is a mixture of some music that I composed and wrote myself, and some tunes that I hold close to me. So this is going to be a ride throughout the night. All these songs are going to represent different times in my own life, in my music career, and my matriculation through. So please enjoy You Know That I Know, one of the first songs I ever sang as a 5-year-old in performance by Yolanda Adams. Lord, you've been in my shoes before. You already know what's up. You've been rejected by those closest to you. You've even drank from life's bitter cup. You know what it's like to be denied and to have to swim in your eyes. Sometimes I want to throw up my hands, but I know you have a plan for me. I will be your everything. To me, all your troubles bring. For me, I want you to sing. You know that I know. I assure you I'll be there. All your burdens I will bear. I'll let you know that I care. You know that I know. Lord, you felt what I feel. You know that the pain is real. Those who were there that said they loved you turned their backs when you needed them. But I must say, you have never let me down, nor forsaken me. You would always pick me up when the world will fall on me. I will trust in your every word. Your voice I hear. I know I heard you tell me, say, I will be your everything. To me, all your troubles bring. For me, I want you to sing. You know that I know. I assure you I'll be there. All your burdens I will bear. I'll let you know that I care. You know that I know. Blessed is he who endured trials and tribulations and heartaches all the while. I'm with you, I'll never forsake you. I'll be there when the world overtakes you. Give me your hurt, give me your pain. I endured the cross of salvation and heaven you gain. I'm not like mortal man. I hold the world in the palm of my hand. Hey, you will never let me down, no forsaken me. You would always pick me up when the world will fall on me. I will trust in your every word. Your voice I hear. I know I heard you tell me, say, I will be your everything. To me, all your troubles bring. For me, I want you to sing. You know that I know. I assure you I'll be there. All your burdens All your burdens I will bear. I'll let you know that I care. Get out that now. Hopefully you enjoyed that. That was You Know That I Know by Yolanda Adams. Again, one of the first songs I ever performed as a child. I have one more song for this little section. And it's a traditional one, a hymn called His Eyes on the Sparrow, another song that I would always sing as a child, one of the first hymns that I learned to perform as a child, small child, 5 years old. So here we go. Hopefully you feel this one as well. Why should I feel discouraged? And why should the shadows come? And why should my heart feel lonely and long for heaven and home? When Jesus is my portion, a constant friend is He, and His eye is on the sparrow. And I know He watches, and I know He watches. Oh, I know He watches over. He watches over me. I sing because I'm happy. Yeah. Well, I sing because I'm free. God's eye is on the sparrow, and I know that He watches me. Well, I sing, tell you I sing because I'm happy. Yeah. Well, I sing, sure do sing because I'm free. Oh, God's eyes are on the sparrow, and I know that He watches me. Yeah, He watches me. Yeah.
Ooh, yes. Oh my goodness, that was amazing. Thank you so much. I said I wasn't gonna cry, and I'm not gonna cry because that's one of my favorite songs, everybody. Not just gospel song, but favorite song, period. So good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Artist Vibe Showcase. I'm your host, Tinesi Minikon, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. I hope you enjoyed that amazing performance again by Ms. Shakira Rogers, who I'll be chatting with shortly. Later in the show, I'll be interviewing Ms. Mesh McCauley, founder of Umawa Handbags. Then there will be a Q&A session and giveaways towards the end of the show. So please stick around. You don't want to miss it. So now let me introduce to you again, Ms. Shakira Rogers. She is a vocalist. She is a vocalist, songwriter, and vocal coach from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. She has performed at many different arenas and with various artists. Welcome again to the show, Shakira. That was so amazing. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great.
I can tell that I have goosebumps, okay? that was so, yeah, your voice is anointed. I loved it. So we're just gonna get right into it. Tell us a little bit about yourself. When did you start singing? I noticed you mentioned the first song, you were 5 when you sang that. So yeah, give us a little more detail.
My mom just kind of discovered that I had a gift. And she and one of the musicians, the MD, musical director for the church at the time in Harrisburg. I was born and raised in Philly, but we lived a nice chunk of time in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So that's where it all kind of unfolded.
Wow.
And my mom and the lady Lisa Beanie, shout out to Lisa. They dragged me to the store, got me one of those tapes with the 2 sides to it, the demo tapes.
Oh my God.
I learned it, and they put me up at church.
Yourself.
Yeah, so that's where it all kind of started there.
Oh wow. And like, so initially I know that you were singing more secular type music. Like, what made you transition into Christ-centered music?
So all my life, I always sang gospel music. I've never left the church completely. You know, you go to college and you kind of don't go as much. But I never left the faith, and I always sang. Even when I was in college, I was singing the Howard Gospel Choir. So
okay.
But I was also singing jazz, singing a lot of different kinds of genres of music, from pop bands to rock bands to house bands. I was doing it all. But recently I felt a calling on my gift, saying, I felt like the Lord was telling me, it's time for you to direct your gifts to me and direct your gifts to helping the lost find him and find the truth. So that is what I'm doing. I am still singing in different styles, which you will hear in some more of the music I have prepared for tonight. Okay. But all of the lyric is Christ-centered, giving glory and honor to my Savior, the one that is the head of my life. So
I love it. Got to put God first. I can definitely hear just from your voice, the way you sing, you have that gift. You definitely have that gift, sis. So let's go back a little bit. I know you went to Howard University, HU. I didn't go there, but I love saying that, HU. So you used to have a band, used to perform at Howard in a band, right? What was the name of that band? And like, can you give us a little story about that?
Sure. So when I arrived at Howard as a freshman, there were a bunch of other freshmen who loved music as much as I did. This was the first time I'd ever been in a place like this, where all of us were so passionate about music. We all played different instruments and sang and did different things. We were all music majors. Okay. So we decided, man, we should put together a band of our own. So it was the first independent band that I'd ever been a part of. Wow. We saved our little money from performances we did around town, around campus, to create our own little demo project. We flew to Chicago, bought plane tickets, I mean, everything. And recorded our own little demo. Oh yeah, we became big on campus. And started to make a name in the DC area then. So we recorded some tunes, and I have one of those songs that I remade for my album 16 Moments that released in 2018. Wow. I'm going to perform that tonight, that we wrote together back in college.
Oh wow, nice. What was the name of your group in college?
GWN, called it was short for Group Without a Name.
Group Without a Name. That is so creative. You can't forget that, y'all. Never forget that name. Yeah. So you've also performed with some pretty significant names out there, like Patti LaBelle, who's one of, if not my favorite people, Diane Reeves, who was the other one, Yolanda Adams, Esperanza Spalding, to name a few. Yes.
Mhm.
Just tell us a little bit about your experience. Just how did it even come about, you performing with such great artists?
A lot of the experiences that I've had being able to rub elbows with people like that of that caliber
Mhm.
came through being a part of a group at Howard. There goes back to Howard.
Wow.
Their premier vocal ensemble called Afro Blue. So if you've ever watched the Sing Off, or if you're a fan of like vocal jazz, a cappella vocal jazz music, it's like a vocal big band. And it was a class at Howard, but on a professional level. So a lot of opportunities came through being a part of that premier ensemble on that campus.
Wow.
And as time went on and my name grew and I got to know more people start to talk and they pass your name around. So that's kind of how my career began to bud from there.
Love that. So this young lady has done so much, y'all. She even toured in Russia. Like, you went on a 4-week tour in Russia in April 2019, right?
Yes.
So how did that opportunity come about? Like,
It's funny because I actually was a first place winner of the Mid-Atlantic Jazz Festival in like 2015. It was
okay.
a competition, a vocal competition. And one of the judges was a very, very well-known jazz singer in the city here in DC. And she actually had been touring different countries in Europe because she was pretty well tied in with the musicians there. And she recommended me that year to go and I accepted. So I flew all the way to Russia by myself, leaving my 2 babies behind who were like a year and 3 years at the time
My
for 4
goodness.
years to tour Russia with some of Russia's best
Wow.
jazz musicians there, and they took great care of me, and it was amazing. I went from one side Moscow all the way to Khabarovsk by Japan, and
That
up and down.
sounds amazing. That's a
Yeah.
once in a lifetime experience. I mean,
It was.
you couldn't pass up that experience.
Right.
But like you said, you won an award to be able to get to that opportunity. What other awards have you won for your music, if any? You won other.
Sure. The most recent award I won for my most recent single, His Will, which is also on my most recent album, In Jesus' Name I Sing, all released in the beginning of this year.
Okay.
I won a Whammy for best gospel / inspirational single for His Will, which I'll sing today. And also back in 2014, I won a Downbeat Award for best student solo. And I won a Sarah Vaughan second place, first runner up in the Sarah Vaughan competition, which is a big jazz vocal competition. So I've made my way through a little bit.
And I'm sure there's so much more to come. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us. Please show Shakira some love, some hearts in the chat. Show her some love. This lady is amazing. So you're gonna bless us with a second set.
Sure.
Right. Some more music. So you all enjoy, and we'll be seeing you at the end of the show after this one.
Alrighty.
All right.
So this next song that I'm gonna do is actually a swing tune. I'm gonna move into the jazz era of my life. When I came to Howard, it was the first time I studied jazz, and I discovered that I was pretty good at it. So I see someone said, please sing Sarah's song, but I don't have any Sarah songs, but I'll sing in the style. A lot of people say I sound like her when I scat sing, and you will hear some of that. So this first song is an original jazz swing tune that I wrote, and I hope you enjoy it. So here we go. Love is forever. That means it's never ending. After the sun sets, fade, hope and love remain the greatest. Love is forever. When all the flowers wither, when time stops a moving, sun and the moon go down. I know for certain love can hurt and it feels like too much to bear. But always remember, love can be tender and God is love in the end. Don't you know that love is forever? It's not infatuation. You'll know it's real when you feel it in your heart. La do bo did lit me ba who ba did do they do the way da do did love da do
lo da do de do da do ba do ba do do de de be do da de de sha do ba bo be bo be bo de do let la de do de ba do bo be 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 bo ba bo do de ba ba do de Love is forever after the sunset. Oh, I said faith, hope, and love remain the greatest. Love is forever when all the flowers wither, when time stops moving, sun and the moon go down. Well, I know for certain love can hurt and it feels like too much to bear. But always remember, love can be tender and God is love in the end. Don't you know that love is forever? It's not infatuation. And you'll know it's real when you feel it in your heart.
That one is called Love is Forever. I wrote that. I have one more for this set, and this one is going to be in the style of bossa nova. It's originally, it's a contrafact over the standard tune Bye Bye Blackbird, but I rewrote the lyrics to be Christ-centered. So here we go.
Pack up all my care and woe, where he leads I will go. Bye bye sadness. He who knows my destiny will complete it in me. Bye bye heartache. Well, there is only one who understands me. Oh, what grace and mercy Jesus hands me. I will love and honor him every day till the end. Sorrow, bye bye. Completed in me. Bye bye heartache. Well, there is only one who understands me. Oh, what grace and mercy, Jesus, he has me. I will love and honor him every day till the end. Sorrow, bye bye.
So good. So
Thank you.
good. Oh my goodness. Shakira, before you go, I forgot to ask you, please give us your website and how people can follow you on social media. It will also be posted in the chat. That was amazing.
Sure.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And I see all your comments. Thank you so much. And my website is Shakira Rogers. If you look at my little box, you can see how it's spelled. It's SHACARAROGERS.com. And all of my social media handles are there. But in short, all of my social media handles are just Shakira Rogers, pretty much. So thank you so much.
Yes, follow her, y'all. That was amazing. Thank you so much. And we look forward to seeing you at the end of the show.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you again. So next up, we have Miss Mesh McCauley. Mesh McCauley is the founder of Umawa Handbags. Based on her love for traveling to many African countries, experiencing the local cultures and traditional African textiles, she found an opportunity to use these textiles in bags to showcase and generate income in local communities. Here's her welcome video. Welcome to the show, Mesh. How are you doing?
Hi, thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm doing well, thanks.
Awesome. I see those bags in the background. I can't wait for you to show them to us. They are beautiful, even from the video. I can't wait.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. So make sure if you have any questions so far for Shakira and also coming up for Mesh, you can also start putting your questions in the chat and we'll get to it during the Q&A session. So let's just dive right into it. Please tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, all of that. How did you get started with your business?
Okay, so I was born in Sierra Leone. I grew up in the US and I love to travel. And I had a fetish for fabrics.
Oh.
So that's how I started. I had a fetish for fabrics. So whenever I would travel, I would just buy so many fabrics. I started with wax because that's what I knew, right? So I would buy wax and then I don't remember where I went. I think I went back to Sierra Leone and I saw this fabric called ashoke and it was from Nigeria. And that was the first time I saw a woven fabric. So I brought it with me, brought it back home and I made an outfit, a two-piece outfit for me. And I was like, okay, this looks good, you know? But then I started traveling to other countries and I continued to buy fabrics, but I would make clothes with them.
Okay.
Not bags. But and then later on I had this idea and I even mentioned it to my friend, like, oh, I'm gonna make pillows with fabric and leather. That never came to fruition. But I started making fabrics. I lived in Senegal for 3 or 4 years. So I had access to tailors and I went to the artisan market. So there were bag makers, but I made clothes. Okay. So I figured, so one night I had so many fabrics. Like I had my closet, it was like the top portion from one wall to the other, which is filled of fabrics. So I was like, what am I gonna do with all of this? So I decided to sell the fabrics not even thinking like I was making bags, but I wasn't really thinking about, you know, selling them or
Turning
designing
it into a
them.
business.
Right. I wasn't thinking about that. I was just like, oh, let me sell some of these fabrics.
Mhm.
So it didn't work out with me selling them. So I started making clothes and bags
Okay.
with the fabrics. And clothes is very technical in the sense that you have to know people's sizes, and
Yeah.
not one size will fit. A size 10 would fit one person, but it may not fit another person. And you just have to deal with the tailor. So
Mhm.
I was like, no, I'm done. I don't want to do clothes anymore. But instead of focusing on clothes and bags, I decided, well, let me focus on the bags because I don't have to worry about sizes. I can just try to do my designs, work on my designs, work with the bag makers, and then go from there. But my goal was to showcase traditional African fabrics. So
Okay.
not wax. My
Right.
goal was traditional African fabrics. And so as I started continue to travel, I saw that, oh, there were just so many different fabrics. I traveled to Burkina Faso and I saw their fabrics. And I thought, oh, I'm going to make a dress out of this. But then I started thinking, oh, I can make a bag from this.
Mhm.
I traveled to Cote d'Ivoire and we were driving from one city to another. And then we just passed a village with people weaving. And I was working, and then my colleague and we looked at each other, but I knew she wanted to stop, but she didn't say anything. So I said, do you want to stop? And then we asked the driver to stop. Now we went to this village. There were people were weaving, and I basically, a lot of my fabrics were purchased directly from villages from the source, and I just enjoy that, because I feel like I'm really helping a community.
That's true. And
So
it's a
that's basically how I started. And then I just grew from that little by little. And for me, my goal was, because at that time I was actually living I was living in Senegal, but then also traveling around Africa for several years. My
Mhm.
goal was to generate income with with the communities.
Okay.
So everything that I did and still do, I do in Africa. The pictures that were shown in the video, they were all taken, and most of them were taken, if not in Sierra Leone and Kenya, because also want to employ other people, not only making bags, but in different sectors. So the models are from Sierra Leone or in Kenya, the photographers. So for me, that's the way I want to help people generate
How you
income.
give back.
And
Yes.
exactly. So that's just how I started. That's
Wow.
and it's been, for me, it's just, it started as a hobby.
Okay.
Now it's moved towards an entrepreneurial venture, and also it's therapeutic as well when I'm designing the bags and working with the bag makers.
Wow.
Mhm.
So are your bags produced in Africa, in different countries, or do you just do the design? Like, how does that process work?
So I do the design. So initially my bags were produced in Senegal,
Senegal.
because at that time I lived in Senegal. But then after I left Senegal, I thought, well, logistically was difficult for me to work with and then, because for me, my number one focus is to please my customer and have quality control. So I want good quality products to give to to sell to my customers.
Yes.
So if I'm not there, I can't guarantee that I'm going to have a quality product.
That is so true.
So I stopped making them in Senegal. So I started thinking, well, what am I going to do now? So then I found somebody in actually Indonesia to
Okay.
make the bags. But then that became also difficult because, like I said, I want quality products.
Right.
So I just started doing research, going online, talking to other brands. It's always for me, I've learned it's always good to talk to other people, ask questions. So I started doing that, and so now my focus is actually in Africa. My bag makers are in Africa. I work with basically small to medium enterprises. They're all family owned. Some are women owned businesses, and they're the ones that make my bags. Mhm.
Wow. That is awesome. So where does the name Umua, am I saying it right? Umua,
Yes.
Where does that name come from and what does it mean?
Okay, so Umuwa is a Namibian word. It's from the Namibian language, Oshwambo language, and it means beautiful. It means you're beautiful. So I have, being that I'm from Sierra Leone, I did not really want to be the focus to be on Sierra Leone. I want my focus to be on the continent. So I'm a Pan-Africanist, I should say.
Yes.
So I have a very close family friend who is Namibian. So I was thinking, what word can I use that means beautiful? And so I just asked her about what's the name, what's the meaning for beautiful in her language. And she said Umuwa. And I was like, oh, okay. And then coincidentally, when I first heard and I told my dad, and he's like, oh, Umuwa. He's like, that's the name of your great grandmother. Her name was Umu. Her name was Umu Waka. So Umuwa. So I was like, wow, this is yes. So so I left the name Umua. It's different, but so is my name. And it's, so when you see it, you just think about my bags.
Yes, definitely. So like what types of bags do you sell, and do you only cater to women, or do you have some pieces for men as well? I think I saw some men in the video.
Right. So I started off only catering to women.
Okay.
Because that's what I know. I know what women like. But then as I was selling them, men would come out to me, do you have anything for us? And I would say no. But then I started thinking, I'm like, okay, I need to be able to cater to everyone. So yeah, I make messenger bags for men. So the picture that you saw, this is a messenger bag, and it's from, it's made in Kenya. And I like my messenger bags to be made in Kenya because of the type of leather that they use for the bags. I like the leather there in Kenya for this type of bag. It's very top quality leather. It's called full grain leather. And then I integrate it with country cloth. This is from Sierra Leone. So I know Liberia also have country cloth, but this one is from Sierra Leone. So that's what I use for my messenger bags.
I love that. Can we see some of the other bags?
Sure. So I'm gonna start with what I have on my back.
Okay.
So I have a backpack.
I didn't realize you had one on your back.
Yeah, so I have a backpack, and this one is from, the fabric is called Bogolan, and it's from Mali.
Okay.
So it's from Mali. When I was in Senegal, I saw a lot of these fabrics, and I thought, okay, what can I use this for? So I used it for my backpack. And this one is a satchel bag that I have. And the fabric is from Senegal. And I'll just tell you a story of this fabric going back to my tailor days. I used to go to a tailor every week. Every weekend I was at a tailor.
Oh my goodness.
So, and at one tailor, I saw a blind man weaving across the street. And I was like, what is, wow, just amazed. So we basically walked into the house, my friend and I, because we were trying to find the fabric, what he was weaving. And then they had a small shop where they had the rabal. So actually, whenever I need fabric, I go to this person. They sell it in other places, like in the markets, but I go to this particular shop where the blind man was weaving, and I buy rabal from them. Rabal is actually basically, let me just show you the bag some more while I'm talking about rabal.
That could be a business bag. I could put my laptop in there.
Yes, actually, you can put your laptop in it. So let me tell you something. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this online, but I went somewhere I was supposed to be working, and I was like, well, I need to put everything in here so I can work while I was at the hairdresser. So I did. I put my laptop in here, and it fit perfectly. I just expanded the bag like this, and the laptop fit in perfectly. And you can also close it like, to make it smaller. So, and then in the back, there's a pocket also in the back. So, yeah.
Very nice. Very nice quality. I can tell from the screen that it's very good quality.
Thank you. And then I've traveled to South Africa a lot. So somebody mentioned to me, oh, you should use Ndebele designs. So I didn't know what ndebele was. So I did my research. And then I found out that they have colorful beadwork. So
Okay.
then I started doing my research. I know you've seen people wear the beads from the necklaces or bracelets from
Yes.
South Africa. So I went to one of the people that was selling it, and we started working to design beads for my bags, for this bag, this clutch bag, and
Wow.
then as well as this wallet.
Very nice.
So
Nice. Okay. Love it. And what is that? There's another one. I think it looks pink in the back that's hanging on the curtain.
oh, so this one is from this is
Interesting
kente
shape.
cloth. Yeah, this is, I call a triangle purse.
Okay.
And it's basically just a clutch purse, a small purse that if you're going out at night, you just need something
On your
small.
wrist.
You
Yeah.
just put on your wrist and keep on going. So this is kente cloth from Ghana.
Love that.
Sorry about that too. I've had that cloth for maybe 9 years.
Wow.
And went to Ghana, went to the Ashanti region, and the driver said, "Oh, let's take you guys to a place where they weave kente," and I was really happy to go. And then that's where I bought that, and it's different from the traditional kente that you would see. So, and I've had it for years. And I wanted to make an outfit from it, but I just thought, what better than to use it on my bags?
That's very
So that's how I started.
very beautiful pieces. So do you only sell online, or do you sometimes have trunk shows or go to festivals so people can
Actually, I sell online, but when I started, I actually would go to festivals or
Okay.
pop-up events.
Okay.
But because of COVID now, I am truly trying to push my online sales. I
Mhm.
would like to attend more pop-up events, but because of COVID and I have a baby, an infant,
Oh,
I don't really want to risk it right now.
don't want to risk it. Definitely not. So, like, is there any advice that you would give someone who is trying to start this type of business, or any business really,
Mm.
selling products? What would you give those
I
people?
would say first, ask a lot of questions. Find people that you trust to ask questions, and you'll be amazed that people are very willing to give information. They're not going to give detailed information for certain things. Like there's somebody that I have two mentors. One is my brother, and another one is his friend. And his friend has a very successful handbag business.
Okay.
So I talk to both of them. I ask questions all the time, and even, for example, even if I were to go to a pop-up event and I see somebody they don't make they're not selling the same thing that I'm selling, but
Right.
I'll have questions for them, and they, so always ask questions. Another thing is, don't allow the negative thoughts
Mm,
to prevent you from
that's huge.
doing your business.
Yes.
And that's something I constantly tell myself, because I tell myself, sometimes I would say, oh, am I going to be able to do it? And I
Mhm.
said, well, and then I tell myself, well, Michael Kors, I'm sure people said no to
Exactly.
him.
Exactly.
I'm sure Louis Vuitton, people said no to him, and they did it. I'm sure what's in Issa Rae, people said no to her, and look where she is now. So I always use that to say, don't let anybody. People might look at your business and say, I don't think that's going to work. How is she going to do it, or how are you going to do it? But don't let that prevent you from doing it. If that's what you want to do, that's your goal, make sure that it gets done. Mhm.
Yes, very great advice. I hope you all out there is listening, whoever's wanting to start a business. It is not easy, but stay positive and don't
Right,
think negative. I have my own
right.
business as well, and it's not easy, but you got to
Mhm.
keep,
And another thing I would say, when you're starting off, don't quit your job.
no,
Don't
not
quit your job, because that's going to be your income to grow your business.
business for
So
the
stay
business.
in your job. That's what
Mhm.
that money that you're getting from your job
Yes.
will help you with your business.
Yes, yes, trust me. I'm going to tell you a little bit background. Like, I started my business in '06, and I went full time in 2018. I was working the whole time until now. I'm able
Right,
to just only do my business. So
right.
yes, she is right. Don't quit your job right away. It takes a while. But yeah, so how can people find you and purchase your beautiful items, your website and social media?
Sure. So I'm on Instagram at Bags by Umua.
Okay.
And I'm also on Facebook, same thing, at Bags by Umua. And
Okay.
then you can purchase my bags from my website, um, www.umuwa, O-U-W, I
It's
forgot how
actually
to
in the
spell it.
chat as well.
Oh, OUMUWA.com. Yes,
Yes.
great. So
Okay.
if you go to my website and you purchase something um, from now until August 14th, you do get 15% off. And I know you guys will provide the audience with a discount code
Yes.
so that they
Yes.
can purchase.
Yes. The code will be in the upcoming newsletter. I believe I can't remember the dates, but I think Friday and Monday. I can't remember, but just look
Okay.
out for the newsletters. You'll see that 15% off code, and make sure you take advantage. Oh, it'll be out at 8:30. Yes. So
Okay.
make sure you all look out for that discount code. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and one more thing, I do, in addition to bags, I
Mhm.
do sell sandals. I
Oh,
started selling sandals this year actually because of advice from other people. So I sell sandals. These, I don't know if you're aware of these. They're from Kenya, and
Mhm.
these are leather, 100% leather with Maasai beads. And I started selling them for the summer. So you can go to my website and get sandals as well.
definitely.
This is another one.
Let me see. Oh, I love that one. Yeah, that's very pretty.
Thank you.
You said until August when?
Until August 14th.
Until August 14th. Make sure you support this lady. Use that discount, and yeah, I'm definitely gonna be using it. So
Great.
can't wait. I love that bag back there for the laptop, but
Oh, great. Oh, yeah.
I love that one. But yeah, so I'm gonna close out this video interview with a fun little game called My Favorite Things.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna ask you a few questions and then just let me know what your favorite thing is. So
Okay.
first one, your favorite song.
My favorite song is, it changes every time. It changes all the time.
Music is
So
there's so many.
I would say for now, my favorite song, the song that, my favorite song of all time is One Drop by Bob Marley.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
I
it.
would say that's my favorite
Love
song.
that too. Favorite food.
Ugh. So I don't have a favorite food. To be honest, I don't have a favorite anything because my philosophy is if you do something a lot, you get tired of it.
Mm.
So, but I am addicted to rice.
You know what? Oh, we love.
Right. However, I try not to eat it very often, but that's my weakness. So I would say
Yes.
rice.
Okay. Okay. Since your favorite, this might not be the right game for you, but favorite female superhero or female superwoman, I guess. Superwoman. Mm.
My favorite female superhero.
And it does not have to be like
A character.
character. It could be someone in your life. It could be,
Uh,
yeah.
I would say my mother.
Okay.
I would say my mother. Because she had a quiet disposition, but
Mhm.
she will tell you like it is. Like she would not, she was the type of person who she'll tell me, so and so did this. I'm gonna call them and I'm gonna talk to them. And I would be like, oh no, don't do that. But but I've found that having confrontation is not necessarily being being a troublemaker, but having confrontation and discussing an issue is very good,
Mm.
so that's something I really admired about her. And yeah, she'd had a lot, especially at her old age. She had
Wow.
a lot, and she also did a lot, and she just had this like patience and quiet disposition, but she was also very well respected because of that.
I love that. Great answer. Okay. Favorite dessert. Easier.
My favorite dessert would be um, any kind of cake.
Okay. Any kind of
Any
cake.
kind of cake.
I think I know the answer to this
With
next.
whipped cream dressing, not
Oh.
not the sugar dressing, but with whipped cream dressing.
Yum. I think I know the answer to the next one, but your favorite pastime? I think I know that.
My favorite pastime would be walking through the market and
Okay.
buying fabrics.
I was gonna say traveling, but yeah.
Well, travel. Well, actually, you're right. Actually, traveling is my favorite pastime. It's a passion for me. It's a passion, and I miss traveling. I haven't traveled in over a year, and I miss it.
I can definitely agree with that. So moving in, that's a great segue to the next one. Your favorite travel destination?
My favorite travel destination. I have a few. I would say I always think about my favorite would be countries where I'd like to return. So Bali
Ooh,
would be my favorite.
that's on my
Yeah.
list. Okay.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite person?
My daughter.
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
And last one, your favorite phrase. Do you have a favorite phrase that you always say?
Yes. Vision without action remains a dream.
I love it.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for that. Now we're going to jump right into the Q&A section.
Okay.
It's going to be a quick ad video, and then we'll jump into the questions.
Okay.
All right. So if you would like to become a sponsor, please send an email to customercare@fasmarketplace.com. So now we're going to turn it over to the audience. Please raise your hand if you'd like to be on camera. And also leave a question in the chat and I'll go ahead and read them. Let's see. Do we have any questions for Shakira or Mesh? Questions in the chat or raise your hand to be on video. All right, so if it's Marketplace asks, what motivates, for both of you, what motivates you? I guess we can start with whoever wants to start first. Yeah.
For me, what motivates me is I'm a very ambitious person. So when I set my mind to something, I just have to do it. So what motivates me is getting to that point where I say, "Oh, I have achieved this." Like now I still feel like I'm starting out. So what is motivating me is getting to that point to say, "Wow, I have achieved this."
Mhm. Awesome. What about you, Shakira? What motivates you?
I'll have to say my family, my children, and my husband. They motivate me to keep going and to keep pushing and striving for more.
Okay, awesome. We have a question from Sanita, I think it's DeBose. Where is Miss Rogers performing next?
I will be performing as a part of the Red Door series. I'll be posting about that soon on my I'll be posting a flyer on my Instagram. I wanted to wait until after this show to post it. But it'll be a straight ahead jazz session. It'll be live and it'll be somewhere in Maryland, like Southern Maryland, somewhere near Alexandria in that area. But I'll post it. So follow my Instagram and you'll see it there.
Definitely. Let's see. The announcer asked, do you ever think of serving as a mentor to young girls? I guess that may be for both of you. I'm not sure.
Yes, I've actually thought about it, and I would really love to do that.
Okay. Awesome.
I'm kind of doing that in some capacities. I'm for whatever reason at this point in my life, I'm drawing a lot of young girls somehow. So today I taught the last day of an a cappella camp for young kids virtually. And I'm starting, I have worked for the last 7 years at Howard University as a professor. So I've been working with young girls there. Most of my students were girls and I had them one-on-one. And I'm walking into a new position with PG County Public Schools Elementary School.
Wow.
And there will be many more children there. And now I'm ministering on Sundays at a youth campus and there's nothing but children there. So
There you go.
in a way, I'm kind of already doing it. So.
Right. That's a big transition from a professor to elementary school.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And let's see. Dewey, I think, Reeves, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Anybody? Go first. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I guess I'll go. That's a tough one, though.
That's a tough one, right?
Yeah, that question in particular. That question has always been a hard one for me to answer. It's like, where do you see yourself in 5 and 10 years? But I do know that in 5 years, I would want to be in a house, because we're in an apartment right now and we 2 small kids, and I need a house. So
Yes.
I would see myself in a house. I see my family, my husband and I, like knee deep in our careers, in my music career going forward. Definitely having released more music.
Okay.
And prayerfully traveling the world again. That would be awesome.
Yes, great answer.
For me, in 5 years, just in terms of my business, I would see myself hopefully selling in a chain store, for example, Target, or Macy's, or one of those stores. So
that would be great. We're gonna claim that.
yes, amen.
We're gonna look out for that. All right. Do we have any more? If not, we're gonna jump.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Oh, yes.
This is Karen. I had a question for Shakira. Is that Shakira? Okay. Did I see your hands moving when you were singing? Do you play the piano?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
It's kind of like, it's a thing that we kind of do when we're scatting. It's kind of like you're being the instrument. But and I may have been playing absolutely nothing while I was doing that. But I do play the piano. I accompany my students in their lessons. So I've learned quite a bit of piano over the years. And my husband's a pianist too, so I learned from him too.
That's a great catch, Karen. Okay, so if we don't have any more questions, we're gonna move right into the door prizes, the giveaways. So I'm gonna be asking 2 questions, and the first person that answers the question correctly in the chat wins a $25 Visa gift card. But there's also another gift that goes to the first person that signed on tonight that will be getting an Artist Vibe t-shirt. That person is Mr. Derek West. He is the winner of the Artist Vibe t-shirt because he was the first person online. It pays to be early. It pays to be on time, right? I'm not sure if he is still on.
I just texted him.
Oh. So is Derek is he your husband?
Yeah, that's my husband.
Yes. Okay. Congrats, Derek. Oh my goodness. Okay.
One of my biggest fans.
Yes, that's awesome. So please make sure if he's not online, make sure he sends his name and email address to info@fasmarketplace.com, and then we'll make sure to send him his t-shirt. Okay, so now let's get into the questions. The first question is, what was the name of Shakira's band when she performed at Howard University? Let's see who's gonna get that.
Should we speak it out?
You can speak it out or type it.
No name at Howard, was it a no name band? No name. It was one of that.
Something like that. Something like that.
No name band. No name group. No name.
She's so close. She's so close.
No name. Oh shoot! It was no name.
Oh.
It was no. Okay.
I'm gonna
nope.
But you're so close. You are so close. We made it because that's.
Somebody got it.
Oh, who wrote that?
Where is it?
Dewey. And what does that stand for?
Go without name. Game without name.
Oh,
Yes.
group.
Group without name. Yes. I know, right? I wish I had a horn. So congrats, Dewey, on that. But she was so close. She was so close. So yes. And then the second question is, what does Umua mean?
Come on, Dewey.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Wait, who said that? I'm sorry.
Karen.
Oh, Karen again.
It means beautiful in a Namibian language.
Oh man, yes, you got it. So it's beautiful or you are beautiful, right?
Yes.
Yes.
You are beautiful.
Yes. Okay, see, you still won anyway. So both of you, congrats. Please send your name and email address to info@fasmarketplace.com and we'll make sure to send you your $25 gift cards. Congrats. Thank you.
Thank you.
So yes, I believe that there's going to be another performance coming up by Shakira.
Yep.
But I just want to remind everybody again about the 15% discount code for Umawa handbags. Please make sure you visit her website and social media to purchase that. Make sure you follow Shakira Rogers and look out for her upcoming shows and events.
I can type my website if that helps in my
I
hand.
think it was already in there. Yes, somebody FA's Marketplace type, but you can type it also.
Okay.
And then please register for the newsletter as well if you're not already connected. So yes, thank you so much, Mesh, for a great interview. Thank you
Thank
both.
you for having me.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. We had such a great time. I hope you all enjoyed the show. So I just want to thank you all again for taking the time out of your busy schedules to be with us tonight. It is truly appreciated. Make sure you register online at fasmarketplace.com for the next show, which will be Friday, August 27th. Same time, same place, where I'll be interviewing painter Tyshell Mosley and performances by spoken word artist Miata Harris. You do not want to miss that. It's going to be a great show. Now we're closing out with a final performance of the night with the incredibly talented Shakira Rogers. Until next time, stay safe, stay positive, and be blessed. Have a good night.
Thank you. So in the spirit of GWN, here's the song Love Sweep the Nation. We wrote it together, but I re-recorded it on my 2018 album, which is my debut album, 16 Moments. And all of my music can be found on all platforms, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon Music, all that stuff. So whatever you have, Spotify, you can find it. So here is Love Sweep the Nation, and you will hear the voices, my voice, and of course, and you're gonna hear Izzy, one of the members, the rapper, he re-recorded as well, and the piano player, she's on it too. So in that vein, here we go.
This ain't no ordinary love song. And it's for the way folk look at me when I walk down the street. O is for over policing black and brown communities. V is for violence that sweep across the whole world. E is for every abandoned boy and little girl. See, the irony is love seems to have no definition. See, God is missing. We argue more than we listen, but for freedom to truly reign from sea to shining sea, we gotta be the true meaning of L-O-V-E talk.
So many tears out there, so much fear out there, so much pain out there, but so much to gain out there. Love, sweep the nation. Love, sweep the nation. Let your aroma flow. solution somewhere, a way to coincide together out there. Turn our hearts inside out and let the love pour out. We need love. We need peace out there. We need to see. With joy we can be free. Love, love, sweep the nation. Love, sweep the nation. Let your aroma flow. Let no one go. Oh, love, we need you to cover everyone. Oh, 'cause God is love. So we sing love, love, sweep the nation. Love, sweep the nation. Let your aroma flow. Yeah, let no one go uncovered. So in that song, Love Sweep the Nation, we're singing about love and personifying it and basically talking about how we want it to cover everyone. We want no one to be without love. And of course, God is love. So here we come down to the last two for the night. This is the one that won the Whammy this year, my most recent single, also found on my most recent album, In Jesus' Name I Sing. It's called His Will, and this song brings together all of the different styles of music that I sing: jazz, R&B, hip hop, all that stuff. And I hope you're gonna love it, but most people love it, so I think you're gonna love it. So His Will, let's rock out. Self-produced. Oh, yeah. Hey. Hey. Oh, yeah. I tried to find my own way, grinding and working hard. Found pride in that kind of life while I was missing God. He never told me to change, but I grabbed the steering wheel. It's time I open my eyes so I can step into His will. Step into His will. Imagine how it feels when His promises reveal. When you step into His will. Don't think my life's a mistake. I don't regret a thing. He knew the choices I'd make and the seasons they would bring. My path was laid out before me. I did the best I could. Now it's all working together for my good. In His will. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, His promises fail when you step into His will. For I know the plans I have for you. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope feel when you step into his will.
Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed everything, and good night to you all.
The life of the artist is lived for the people. They want to give them something they can enjoy. The life of an artist